So continuing the theme of child stories, in Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Goldilocks clearly had a preference for porridge of a particular temperature. When she went to the Three Bears' house, she found that one of the porridge was too hot, one of them was too cold, but luckily one of them was just right. Now coral reef fish aren't much different. They like their oceans, not too hot, not too cold, just right. And that's because their performance is optimized to a particular temperature range. They lack the ability to regulate their temperature internally like animals such as mammals do. And because of this, they're sensitive to changes in temperature in their environment. Now, on a coral reef, it's not the exact same temperature every day. Seasonally, some of the year is too cold, and some of the year is too hot. But luckily, most of the year is just right. Our research has been showing that coral reef fish can utilize behavior to regulate their temperature, their body temperature. And they're doing this because within their home range area, the water temperature isn't exactly the same. Some of the water temperature near the shallows is a little bit warmer, perhaps down deeper is a little bit cooler. And inside the complex reef structure, there's pockets of water that don't flush at the same rate as others, so cool and warm pockets that they can utilize. This is shown on the left-hand side, where this fish is able to utilize these cooler and warmer pockets so they spend less time too cold, less time too warm, and most of the time just right. Now the problem is with warming and ocean warming, this means that more of the year is going to be too hot. This may not be a problem if coral reef fish can simply utilize their habitat in the cold pockets that are in there to maintain the same preferential body temperature. This means they can maintain performance, and this might be an example in the middle scenario. But the concern is that ocean warming is also directly affecting corals directly. And when the water temperature gets too hot, they tend to get stressed, they bleach, and they sometimes die. And if this continues, the habitat complexity that's harboring these cool and warm spots will be lost. So the concerning thing in this scenario is that then these fish won't be able to regulate their body temperature, and therefore more of the year will be too hot, in which they have a decline in performance. I'm continuing this research with colleagues, and what we're trying to find out is how many coral reef fish species utilize behavior to regulate their internal temperature, and how much of an effect does coral habitat loss have on their ability to maintain that just right body temperature.